I really want to build a lift or an elevator, but I haven't got a clue about all this redstone malarkey. What am I going to do? I know. I'll just build one. Morning, good afternoon, good evening and good night, depending on what time you're watching this next tutorial from me, Avomance, and in this one we are going to build another lift, another elevator. Now the last one we did using loads of redstone. If you're interested in using a redstone elevator, go and see my video on redstone elevators. There should be, I think, somewhere up in one of these corners a link to that redstone elevator. Fingers crossed that worked. If it didn't, oh well, it's definitely a link in the description. But what if you don't know redstone? What if you're a little bit scared of redstone? Well, in this video I'm going to help you build a lift, sort of a lift, elevator, that can make you go up very quickly with a full small footprint with no redstone whatsoever. Not a little bit, apart from a button and kind of like a door with a pressure plate, which doesn't really count, does it? So shall we get on with it? Brilliant. Before we do that, I'd love it if you could like this video for me. It really helps out the channel. And if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And without further ado, we'll get on with this particular build. What's really great about this one is you don't need very much. You need some blocks of choice. I've just gone for stone bricks for the sake of it. You need some wooden trapdoors, some rails, mine carts, stone brick slab, sea lantern, just for a bit of light. It could be glowstone if you prefer. Stone pressure plate, button, a sign, and an iron door, which I've not got on here, but you also need iron doors. Let's get on with it. What is also really great about this particular build is you don't need a lot of space. 3 blocks by 6 blocks. You can see here the yellow and the orange. The orange is the bit that we're not going to put anything down on. The yellow is the bit that we are going to put something down on. Let's get on with this build. Just 3 by 6. It's absolutely amazing. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put our block of choice. Now, as I say, I've used stone brick, but you can use literally whatever block you want. And you want to put a block on where I've got all of these yellows all the way around, just like that. There, and there. So you can see we've got kind of a surround with an L shape, backwards L shape in the middle. And we want to build this up. So as we've got kind of a door on that side, and also a door on that side, because that's literally what they're going to be. They're going to be doors. And then we want to build all of this wall up really as high as you want this lift to go. There isn't really a limit on the lift, apart from obviously the world height limit. And you can go as high as you want. It's really, really very simple. So let's build this up as high as I want, and then I'll be right back to you in just a moment. And then you keep going until it's as tall as you want it to be. This is a relatively short one. You can go much, much higher than that, or you don't have to go that high. It's entirely up to you. But when you've done it, you want to go in this left-hand door, and that's the door that's got the little L in it. And you want to look at your block. So you can outline your block there. So that's block number 1, block number 2, block number 3, and then block number 4 is that block there. Then get your trapdoor, stick it at the bottom of that block. It's very important that it goes at the bottom of the block, and then flip it up. It's also really important that you flip it up because it allows you to visualize where the next block starts. And you want to count 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th one, bottom of the block, flip it up. Count 1, 2, 3, bottom of the next one, put it down, flip it up. And then 1, 2, 3, bottom of the next one, put it down, flip it up. And then 1, 2, 3, bottom of the next one, down, and flip it up. So you've got every 4 blocks a trapdoor that is physically flipped up, and it makes it a lot easier to work out where you're going once you've done that. Then get the block of choice again. It's dead easy to use exactly the same block, and you want to come in as high as that trapdoor. You can see that trapdoor is there, which means that that's the opposite side right there, and the block below that you want to put a block, so you can see that there's like a 2 gap underneath that. And then you want to come up exactly the same on each one. So 1, 2, 3, along there, block. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, block, and that should be underneath that trapdoor. Yes, 1, 2, 3, block. That should be under the trapdoor there. Yes, 1, 2, 3, block, and you should have a gap at the top there, just like that. And that has worked out beautifully. The next step is to get a rail on each of these blocks that you've just placed. So 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. And obviously you keep going if you've done more height, or you'd have to go that far if you've not gone as high. Then the next bit, I confess, is a little bit tricky, and you might find you need to do it a couple of times for you to get it right. But you want to get yourself a minecart on that rail and push it up there, and then go as high as you can to get past it, because you don't want to push it out the way again. And you want to stick a minecart on that rail there and get right behind it like that and push it right across there. You can see what you've done there, and it's nice and straight. It's important that it's straight, it just looks better. And then go up and do exactly the same with this one, and straight. Right, that one's gone a little bit wonky, but not too bad. And then come up, put one on there, stick it so as you pushed it. Now you could remove that rail if you wanted to, but mobs could potentially spawn in here and you don't want that, so I recommend leaving the rail on. But if you're really trying to save your rails and you've not got much resource, then you can take that rail off and just put up with the mob. And then on this one, exactly the same, put one on there. Now with this one it's ever so slightly different, but before we do that we're going to build these walls up a little bit more. So let's get these walls up here. We want to go another 3 high all the way around, but we want to leave gaps for some doors, so we're not going to put anything there or there, but we are going to put them here. We're going to get 1, 2, 3, so that's 2 high, and you want another one, 3 high, and then we're just going to close it off like that, and we've got 2 doors. Then we need to make our platform that we're going to come out onto, otherwise we'll end up falling to our death because we've gone up to the ceiling of the world with our super fast lift. And this lift, I'm telling you now, is super fast. So exactly the same as the other one, we need to get this cart here over to that side. So let's just push that across like that, that's fine. And on here, put another block and then get a slab. Stick a slab in the top there. And that looks like you're going to suffocate yourself, but I promise you, you don't. But I'll even prove it. I'm not suffocating at all. I'm absolutely fine. Let's get myself out of there. And we're away. Right, so now to dismount, there are a couple of ways in which you can do it, but I personally just like to left click. So let's go in there, point that way, left click, and it feels like you're falling, but you're not, and you come out, and that's great. And we're out. Absolutely brilliant. Basically, we want to make sure that nobody goes this way because you're going to fall to your death. And what you want to get in is you want to slip yourself in here and get that door that I mentioned before. And put the door, select the door, Avo, there you go, and put the door there. Now to open that door, you're going to need some kind of pressure plate, redstone signal. We'll go on the pressure plate there, and we are out. Now obviously, once you're out, you can't get back in again, and that is the way you want it, because if you go back in you can't go back down that way. You've got to go down this way. Now again, we want a door just to make it look tidy. Stick a door there. Now you could put a pressure plate in here if you want, so you can get yourself out like that, but you also need a button on the side here so you can get out like that. So very simple. Let's get ourselves out. There we go. And what we're going to do, this is going to be our down. What we're going to do, we're going to make it safe for us to go down right here. First thing we're going to get is a pressure plate on that one there. Then we're going to go inside and we're going to get ourselves a door again, right like that. The pressure plate opens that door. That pressure plate occupies this whole block, so we can then get our bucket of water, which I also didn't mention in the inventory. I'm sorry, I forgot. Stick a bucket of water there and it just acts as a block because this pressure plate is in the way. Come out. And there we go. Now you can't get back in there again unless you've gone to the top, because you don't want people messing with your water. And then on this side again, we can get ourselves a door, stick it there, get a pressure plate. I'd recommend putting a pressure plate on the inside in case you change your mind, you don't want to go up. And then get yourself a button, stick a button on that side, and that will open the door and allow you in. I would then get a sign and stick the sign there. And what I'm going to write here is up. And I'm going to go to the next one. I'm going to get an arrow and I'm going to do a load of dots so people know that that one is the upside. I'm then going to come along, put a sign there. And can you guess what I'm doing? Yeah, I'm going to write down. I'm going to go all the way like that, and then the arrow going that way, and done. So you've got an up and a down. You can't get in the down unless you've gone up first, and you can get in the up by pressing the button. Now the last thing you want to do is get a little bit of light into this place, because frankly it's going to be very dark in there unless you light it up. And I've got a sea lantern. You can use glowstone. You could even, if you wanted to, you could use torches, but I quite like the sea lantern, so I'm going to stick a sea lantern there, and then we're going to put sea lanterns along the back. So let's go out of this door. You can see around here. Now we know that every fourth there is a minecart, so we're going to come up and go 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we dig that one out. It should be above the minecart. Can you see that? So then 5 with a glowstone. 1, 2, 3, and then this time 4 up, should be above it, yep. 1, 2, 3, 4 up. 1, 2, 3, 4 up. 1, 2, 3, 4 up. And then that's the top, and we can just put one right in the top here, because that should be over the opening. And that's nice, and we're going to put another one in the top of the close. We don't need to put lights down the close, except for level with here, just to make it look like it's even, like that, to give the whole place a little bit of light. And that just leaves us to test it. So let's get inside our chamber here. We're inside. We can see where we're looking. Look, that trapdoor and the minecart is right there. And all we need to do is point up at the minecart and click. And do it again, and again, and again, and again, right to the top. And then you can see there's our out. Left click, out you get. And we are at the top. And this, I'm telling you now, is even faster than flying in creative. So I'm just going to show you that again, and we're going to do it a little bit quicker. So can you see, we're ready to go up, the minecart is there. We're going to go right to the top already, and we're there already, we are there, and out we get, and we're at the top. It is so fast, it is absolutely ridiculous. Now if you wanted to, you could put a sign there, but actually they couldn't do anything there. They can't get out that way. They've got to go this way, which is brilliant, because we don't want them to go the other way. And then literally all you do is you drop into the water and walk straight out off the pressure plate. Brilliant. And that is how simple it is, and an absolute doddle it is too. So if you want to build that, just step by step that. If you find that the tutorial's a little bit quick, then pause it and catch up. It's absolutely simple and easy to do. You could do it in survival with a little bit of care that you don't fall to your death, as long as you've got enough iron and stone or whatever else you want to make it. That's absolutely fine. You could even make it out of wood. I'd be really interested to see what it is you do with these, because they are really clever ideas. If you enjoy the tutorials, either this one or maybe some of my other tutorials, you can see some in the background there, modern houses, cottages, larger builds, then please do hit that subscribe button. Make sure you come back and do not miss anything, and also smack the like button. It really helps out the channel, and I'll look forward to seeing you in another video. You take it easy now. Bye.